rooster crow early in the day, and I heard his axe behind the hills, and I'm bound away. Well, some men love the city life, some men like the town. Me, I'm bound for the lonesome hills where I can settle down. With the fiddle and the bow and the firelights glow, you can hear that lonesome sound. I'll leave behind all my trouble in mind to go the whole world round. With the fiddle and the bow and the firelights glow, can hear that lonesome sound. I'll leave behind all my trouble in mind to go the whole world round. Stays, the eagle nests alone. 100 miles from a wagon trail is where I make my home. I've seen the old men a whittling wood, I've seen the streets of town. 100 miles from a railroad ties are where I settle down. With the fiddle and the bow and the firelights glow, you can hear that lonesome sound. I'll leave behind all my trouble in mind to go the whole world round. With the fiddle and the bow and the firelights glow, you can hear that lonesome sound. I'll leave behind all my trouble in mind to go the whole world round, to go the whole world round. It's a song written by Mr. Jane of the Dillards. It's a modern day bluegrass band you might have seen on the Andy Griffith Show if you ever watched it. My mom watched it every day after work, and they started playing it twice. She watched it twice. Their version is very different. I learned that version from a guy named Michael Kovic up in Floyd, Virginia. This is one of my songs. This is a song I wrote for my dad, who was he's kind of a wild man. I don't know, maybe it skips a generation. He was really into fast cars and motorcycles and pretty women, drinking liquor. He was a Southern Baptist preacher. Gave me a lot of great material to work with as a young songwriter. His favorite driver was Richard Petty. His favorite song was Amazing Grace. Well, it was Father's Day the last time I saw him alive. But he was living up in Rockwell with his third wife. And we took him to the Outback, 'cause that was the place. But he could eat a steak and still watch the race. And he thought Richard Petty walked 2 inches off the ground. I thought that was dumb back then, but I don't now. Hey, a man needs a hero, and he was mine. I couldn't see it then, but some things take time. If I could sing this song for him today, he'd say, son, did you ever learn Amazing Grace? Well, he could never give a compliment, but I'd tell him that I loved him anyway. And I'd say, Happy Father's Day. He had a lot of bad habits, and I get that from him. He smoked Salem by the carton, and they did him in. And I can't help but think about those 4 heart attacks every time I see a pack, and I wish it held me back. But I remember him so drunk that he couldn't see, but he never laid a blind and angry hand on me. He died in South Carolina, where he'd paid his way to rebuild a stranger's home after a hurricane. If I could sing this song for him today, he'd say, son, did you ever learn Amazing Grace? He could never give a compliment, but I'd tell him that I loved him anyway. And I'd say, Happy Father's Day. But 2 Father's Days ago I went to see him, and it was me and my brother in a cold mausoleum. And we took 2 chairs and 2 guitars, and we spent the day. And you can bet I played Amazing Grace. If I could sing this song for him today, he'd say, son, did you ever learn Amazing Grace? And I'd say, yes, sir, and I'd sing it, and I'd tell him that I missed him every day. And by the way, Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Richard Gray. Happy Father's Day.